Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Today is going to be my first loft conversion update video, my first official one. I've been talking about it for a while, but it's actually starting now. If you are new around here, hi, I'm Lily, welcome. If you don't know, we renovated our whole house in 2018. We were living with my parents, so we weren't living in the house, which made it a lot easier in terms of like mess and just speed in terms of the renovation as well. We would come here every day to visit and check on all the details. It went really smoothly and we put a lot of time and effort into the details and making it really kind of good quality renovation. This renovation is going to be a little bit different. Our lives are very different now. We have a 2-year-old and I'm pregnant, about to go into my 3rd trimester. The priority for this project is speed. I want this done quickly. I want it over and done with before I have this baby, and I want it to be the least invasive as possible in our lives. As well as that, cost-wise, we're trying to keep the costs as low as possible. When we renovated this house, we had a whole lot of savings to put into it and we were adding so much value to the house. But we spent quite a lot on our renovation, if I'm honest. And you know, there's only a certain amount you should spend on a house when you look at how much a house is worth in your area. So we don't want to overspend. It was really appealing for us to buy a house that the loft hadn't already been done, because it did mean that one day we could add value to that house. A lot of Victorian Edwardian houses, the loft is already done, but it wasn't necessarily done to maximize the most amount of space, which is not for everyone. But for us, if it's done with a dormer, it means you can get a whole large room and a bathroom up there. Whereas, for example, my sister, the loft was already done in her house and she just has a small room with the slanted roof. So it was appealing then, but I have to say now it's a bit like, oh, I kind of wish we got a house where the loft was already done. But it is the right time for us to do this. We're having another baby. I want them to have a bedroom each, which means I need to have an office. I work from home. I've tried in the past, it hasn't worked, having an office outside of the house. And it would also be really nice to have somewhere for Rich's parents and other guests to stay if they want to stay. It means we have a spare room. We have been talking about getting a loft done for a couple of years. We always knew that we would one day. We actually got a quote summer of 2020. And honestly, I wish we'd done it then, because the price difference is crazy now. A combination of COVID, but mainly Brexit, has meant that prices of building materials has shot up like crazy amounts. So it's a lot more expensive to do it now. And I think me and Rich both feel a bit like it's just a necessity, but we're not that excited for this. We kind of just want it done. We feel a bit sick spending more money on this house, and we even at one point weighed out the price difference of moving, but moving is very expensive as well. So we have looked at all options. We're going to be adding a loft. It's going to be great, but it's going to be messy. So the plan is to have one kind of quite large room up there and a bathroom with a shower, not a bath. And like I said, it will be used as an office and a spare room. So there'll be a sofa bed in there. We did think about moving our bedroom up there. It is really nice to have a bedroom in the loft, but our loft, because of how it is, the ceiling is quite low. It's not too low, it's livable, but it is quite low, and we're not going to be moving our bedroom ceiling lower. That's too much disruption. Like, the rest of the house is done. We're not going to start messing around with that. So I don't think we will have our bedroom up there. I don't think it'll be nice as a bedroom. We were never going to go straight up there anyway. I quite like being near my kids while they're young, but we thought potentially one day we would move up there as a bedroom, but I don't think we will. So I'm designing the space so it's storage, because obviously all the stuff that we usually keep in the loft now has nowhere to go. So we want to really maximize the storage space in there. Sofa bed, desk, and then the bathroom will be more like a guest bathroom, so it doesn't have to have crazy amount of storage for all of my products. We've got a family bathroom downstairs. It's going to be more of like a guest bathroom. So the scaffolding is up, and today we have an asbestos team here. When we started talking about doing the loft, our neighbour, we're in like terraced housing, our neighbour gave us a heads up that a few years ago she was told her tiles have asbestos in them, her roof tiles. It's obviously quite dangerous, so it's something you have to be really careful of. So we got ours checked and it did come back with really low grade asbestos. I was obviously freaking out at first. I'm pregnant, I've got a kid, you know, I was quite worried, but we've spoken to so many people and looked into it, and it's very, very low grade, which means it's not high risk of being dangerous. Our builder even offered to remove the tiles because he wasn't worried about it. But we have made sure that we've got a proper asbestos team coming to do it. I wanted to do everything properly, everything legit. So they're here today removing those tiles. They're in like full-on suits and everything. They're gonna take away the roof tiles safely. And then in a couple of days' time, I think the loft conversion starts. I honestly don't really know what to expect. I don't know what speed it's gonna go at. We are having the same builders who did our house renovation do it. And this was a big conversation. I actually think that getting a loft conversion specialist company is the way forward, if I'm honest. That's who we got a quote from last year. I just think that's what they do day in, day out. All they do is lofts. And from experience from like sisters and friends who have done it, I think that's how you get like the fastest result. A loft company comes in, they do it super speedy, super fast. The downside of that is that they won't often do the kind of finishing touches like build cupboards or paint or tile the bathroom. Often it's just the build of the loft, and then you'll have to get a separate team to do that. For various reasons, including the fact that by the time we decided, the loft companies are booked up way in advance. We are using our builder who we were so happy with the renovation, and he will do the whole thing with all the finishing touches. So I think it might take longer than it would have if we'd used a loft company, but I know that the quality will be great, so that's good. I did an e-design consultation with Rebecca Wakefield last year, actually not last year, March, the beginning of this year, just to kind of get my head around the design. We were working with an architect. You have to use an architect. It sounds super fancy, but it was more just to get the drawings for the builders. But before I could decide on the layout of the room, I really needed Rebecca's help. She helped me with the bedroom and she's fab. So she did a really good e-consult design thing with me in March. She created a mood board for me and just helped me work out what I need and where, and how to get a desk, a sofa bed, storage, all of these requirements, a Peloton, like random things that I need in that room and where to lay them out. So let me show you a drawing of what the room is going to look like. I'll pop it on the screen here and try and talk you through it. So on that left-hand side, that is where the sloped roof is, and we will have some eaves, but they're quite small. So we're going to build the cupboards forward, giving more storage space for suitcases, Christmas trees, all kinds of things that we need to put up there. Baby buggies, car seats. We've got a lot of stuff. We are gonna have some Velux windows there, but they're not gonna be huge. They're not gonna be like those huge ones that you see on Pinterest for loft conversions, because we don't really need that much light at the back of the room, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So we're gonna have wardrobes all the way down that left-hand side, which is the sloped roof. And then if you look at the bottom, there's like a little kind of L shape there, and that's where my desk will sit. And that would be nice. So that's just in front of the staircase. We'll have a sofa bed across that back wall with like a big rug or something, and then the Peloton just to the right of it. And across the back of the loft, we're gonna have big kind of aluminium crystal style doors. They look like doors, but they're not doors, to match the bottom of the house. We didn't really have a choice there. It has to match. It would look ridiculous if it didn't. So that's probably one of our bigger expenses. We decided not to go for like double doors that open or a Juliet balcony or anything like that. I don't think we need it. If we had this like amazing view of the countryside out the back of our house, maybe I would have a little balcony or something, but the view's not fab. We're not going to want to stand out there and look out at the view. And also safety wise for kids, it just freaks me out. Even when you have those glass things, like Gray moves little stools around and climbs up on them, and it just would make me so nervous. So we're just having what it looks like our doors and windows that we have downstairs, but actually just has two big windows that open and will let in some really nice kind of air. And then there's a little bathroom. So we'll have a long shower that will be like tiled, a little sink, toilet, a little towel rail, nothing fancy there at all, and a big kind of aluminium black window to match in the bathroom. So that's kind of it. It seems really simple, but it took a while to get to that plan actually. And I still find it so hard to visualize it. Like when the space isn't there, it's so hard to get your head around it. We're going to be doing laminate flooring. It's probably the most affordable way to do flooring. I didn't want to do carpet up there, but we will probably have a big rug. So I've just ordered some laminate flooring from Quick Step. I've just got a few samples to see which color I think would work. And then I need to start thinking about bathrooms and tiles. And my main worry is when they break through to put the staircase in. My sister had a loft conversion and she did it when she had a baby, and she said she had to redecorate her whole hallway, paint it, new carpet. No matter how much she tried to protect it, she said it was really, really brutal. So I'm nervous about that, especially because our hallway upstairs is very small. Equally, I'm getting a whole new room in my house. Like, that is so exciting. I feel very lucky about that. And I think when I start seeing it come together, I'll feel more excited about this and less kind of like dreading it. I don't know how I'm going to document this whole thing because I'm not sure if I'm going to even be able to go up and like have a look around. I don't know if I'm going to have to climb up a ladder safely when I'm in my 3rd trimester, and they don't tend to put the staircase in till right at the end, but I'm hoping Rich can go up and take photos and videos because I also really want to see what's going on so I can like get involved and make decisions as well as update you guys. So we will see what happens, but I hope to do a few of these updates and I can insert kind of images of what I'm talking about and examples and show you guys. I do think it's quite an interesting process. But like I said, it's not going to be as kind of fun and fancy as our last renovation. I'm not even sure we're going to finish it, you know? I just want to get the space done. It doesn't need to be a finished, beautiful room. I'm having a baby in November and we just need this done, basically. So this is kind of just an update video. I'll check back in when my floor samples arrive and I'll show you guys that. So it's been a few days since I did my little chat about the loft. I don't know exactly how many days, but I think it's taken about 4 days for them to like rip everything out up in the loft. We had the asbestos guys here, they took all the tiles off, they took them away, it was all safe, and then the builders came in and just like went to town. It was loud, there was a lot of drilling, and I've just asked Rich to go up there and check. They're not here today because they said there's not much they can do until the steels arrive tomorrow, and that's when it's all kind of go, go, go again. So Rich has gone up to vlog for you guys. Obviously I can't jump up on the scaffolding, and I've just watched the footage back and I can't believe like half of our house is missing. It's crazy. So let me show you the progress and what is going on up there at the moment.
So the guys have taken off the roof tiles, and you can see all the old battens. This is all going to be replaced with a new roof, and they've also taken off 1/2 of the roof, and this is ready for the dormer. And as you can see inside, there's not much left of our roof.
So that's how the top of our house currently looks, which is mad. No wonder it's quite cold in the evenings. What he didn't show in the footage is that we've got one of those like metal roofs on, so that if it's raining, like I said, it doesn't delay things and they can still work, which is perfect. We don't need any tarpaulin. It's all kind of watertight and safe up there. I also wanted to check in and show you guys some of the floor samples that arrived. So I'm gonna head downstairs and show you now. So here are some samples from Quick Step. I'll show you, this is like in a pure daylight against our crystal doors downstairs and also against our wood flooring downstairs. Now these are laminate. I'll talk to you in a minute about why I think we're gonna go with laminate. So these are the samples we got, and I'm not sure I'm mad keen on any of them. This one's far too grey. I think this is gonna be too light. And I also think these two are gonna be too light and too kind of grey toned as well. This one is probably the closest. It's more of a warm, kind of naturally wood colour. But comparing it to our floor downstairs, it does look quite light. But then I don't think we should go as dark as this in a small room like the loft. So I quite like this. We have got a floor in place near us that I'm going to go take a look at this afternoon to see if I can get any other samples. Because these kind of scuffs, I know they're trying to make it look like real wood, but when they're like repeated, I think it could look a bit, you know, I don't want it to look stripy. So yeah, these samples cost like 25 quid. I don't want to keep ordering samples, so I'm going to go into a shop and have a look. I know I'm going to get a lot of people saying that we should look into vinyl flooring, which we have. Vinyl flooring and laminate flooring are a little bit different, and there are pros and cons to both of them. They are kind of similar in price, but for what we need in a loft, in like one bedroom, I don't think we need vinyl. That is more for areas where you might get like water. Rich did a whole load of research, I can't really remember now, but basically we don't really need vinyl. I know that laminate's a bit harder under your foot, but it's just, like I said, it's just an office spare room. We're gonna have a big rug in there. We don't wanna spend a lot of money, and I think some of the kind of laminate floorings are decent enough for the space. So that's probably the way we're gonna go. We did look into the vinyl because we thought maybe it might give us a bit more head height in the room because they're a bit thinner, but it's such a small amount, it won't make a huge difference. So that's it for now for our loft conversion update. I don't know when I'm going to check in next with you guys, but I'll just keep doing these whenever I can, keeping you updated, and yeah, I'm excited / terrified of what's to come. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.